today we are finishing up the World of Copper. I totally forgot that I didn't finish this world. I only have two lots. This one here, obviously the Little Falls Nook, and then the one just across the lot here. So for this one, obviously it is a smaller lot. That's also why this video is short, just a bit. But yeah, I originally got this inspiration off of a Pinterest build. Originally, the original build, it was green, and I was really trying to make it as the build as close to the reference image, but the way the color palette and everything was, I just couldn't get a good color match. But I'll put a picture up right here in case you guys are curious what the actual build was. I only had this angle, so that was basically my reference for the build. The layout was a bit small, so I definitely had to find a workaround when it came to the floor plan. I didn't get it in the living room, which I was trying to squeeze in, but it didn't work. So I did put a TV in the main bedroom, and then I have, this is the total of 2 beds, 1 bath. So that's the layout for you. And yeah, I actually did a main bedroom, and then for the bedroom, because the other bedroom was a bit smaller, so I decided to make it a infant/toddler room. I believe it's infant room, because I did the crib. That's another thing I don't really play with in Sims, is infants much. I know a few builds ago I did a hamster in the lot, and hamsters, obviously, this is gonna sound like hamsters are needy. Obviously they need attention as well as any other living creature, but in the Sims, when you're like, because Sims already, I feel they're needy enough, like you have to be, well, they are kind of autonomous. Autonomous? I know I'm saying that wrong. They have autonomy, so they do act on their own will every now and then. Sometimes they will just pee on the floor randomly, which is a bit, but other than that, because I'm pretty sure that is an option, right, to make them have bodily autonomy. Is that now I'm making myself second guess it, but yeah. Speaking of, let's move on from bodily autonomy and focus on the color palette that I'm going with here. As you hear, obviously with the green shingles, I was really trying to keep that green look to match the reference image, but I just didn't like the way it was working. I don't know, especially with the but the roof, the trim, I don't know, I just felt that it was a bit off, and it wasn't really to my liking. So I ended up trying to switch out, because I did off camera. You'll see me eventually, it'll be just a cut, but I was trying to figure out, maybe I thought the roofing was an issue, or if it was just the paneling, try to find other shades of green. That didn't work, so I ended up using a light, I guess, sandy wood color or panel for the exterior, which I believe I made it match the interior, if I'm not mistaken, which you'll see in the video tour, because I didn't showcase what I ended up going with. But yeah, this is a pretty fun build as well. It was definitely easy given the small lot. I was hoping that this would be considered a tiny home, but it did not. It was like 23 tiles over the biggest tiny home option, which is like 100 tiles. This was 123, so definitely didn't fit the credentials. But either way, I'm not too mad about it. I mean, I probably could have got rid of the porch, not get rid of the porch, but made it smaller, which I actually did. The front porch you're seeing here, I did make it a bit smaller, just enough so the door fits, which I used like a 2-tile door, I believe, 2 or 3, I'm not sure, pretty sure it's 2, but yeah, because I just felt like the, not ratio, but just the measurements, I guess, was a bit off with how big the front porch was, so I did make that smaller. And yeah, so like I said, the floor plan is pretty open except for the obvious bedrooms and bathroom. I was considering making this a two floor home, but I don't know, I just felt that I would have to obviously make the floor plan and work around the floor plan to add in another staircase. I could have put the staircase outside, but I figured if it was going to be a bedroom outside and like if it's raining you want to go up to your room in the rain, so I just opted out for that. A basement would have been nice as well, but obviously with the foundation you cannot put the basement, so another thing I had to opt out of. But yeah, here you see me really trying to work around like window choices and stuff, because these white base game windows are the closest match to what the reference image had. So then I was trying to, this is where I got the idea to start changing wallpaper, just because I don't know how the white looked against the green, just too bright, like too stark of a contrast. So I didn't like that. And yeah, I was really trying to work it around. But like I said, it's really nice too, because I do love the, I want to say about the roof pattern, like it's the half shingles and wall. I really like that detail, so I was really hoping I could find a way to make the wallpaper work. But like I said, I just didn't have anything that worked. But I really love the color green. I think it really does look nice with the surrounding environment. But yeah, here I am making a floor plan off the brim, which I did change the this, because the smaller box I made, I just moved it to the left side, and the rest is the open floor, which you'll see pretty soon. Here it is, and there you go. You actually can see a little bit of the outside room. One of the rooms I love, which I don't really do the infant rooms. I really don't build with like children's rooms that much. But I really do love the look of the infant's room. That's probably my favorite. I really love the red wallpaper, because I was considering red wallpaper for the outside, but then it just looked too much like a barn, not much of a cabin. So then I decided to put it into this room. I think this really does help have, because the theme of this room is like very not creature, but woodland creature kind of vibes. But yeah. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. That was a lot to go through within 8 minutes, but yeah, hope you enjoy the video tour. I'll see you guys Friday. Bye.